Today, we are focused on our Durham County youth programs. First, we're going to hear from Kids Voting Durham and their 4-H teams. Then we're going to watch a video that they've made specially for us. And then we'll go into the Q&A section. So with no further ado, let's get this started.
Mac, I think you were going to lead us off.
I heard Kids Voting Durham first. I'm Mac Colbert. I'm the 4-H agent in Durham County. 4-H stands for Head, Heart, Hands, and Health. And it is a program for youth across the country. It is the largest youth organization in the United States. It's present in over 3,000 counties throughout the nation. And I like to break it down into clubs, camps, and curriculum. So the ways in which 4-H interacts with various counties is different from county to county, but we largely create youth curriculum programming on various topics from citizenship to cooking classes to agricultural classes as well. Those clubs are both in schools or they are extracurricular clubs outside of schools run by families. We have about 5 or so clubs in Durham County, but it's very easy to create them. And then curriculum, we also provide curriculum for after-school programming or other activities that families like to do at home. So that is 4-H, and later we'll be talking to 2 of our 4-H members from Kids Being Kids Durham, which is a fantastic group that does a lot of community service and other projects on youth development.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Kruger, and I'm program coordinator for Kids Voting Durham. As most of you probably know, Kids Voting is a program that helps Durham's young people understand and believe in the power they have as active citizens and informed voters. In 2019, we were happy to do that in all the number of ways that we usually do it. We provide support to teachers in the classroom through hands-on curriculum that teaches civic engagement in a way that is relevant to students' daily lives. We provide opportunities for youth voice and connection to Durham leaders. Here, we provide family education on civics. And we offer every youth in Durham the opportunity to vote on the same candidates and issues as adults. And in 2019, we were able to do that for Durham City Council elections. We also did some great new things. We provided some Durham-specific curriculum on city government and on city issues that was used in classrooms throughout Durham. We again produced one of the best candidate guides that is youth-produced and candidate forums here in Durham. And one of the best things that we did was we had a new member join our team, Yvonne Cozart, who's a member of our FCS team at Cooperative Extension, is now also part of the Kids Voting team. Can you say hi real quick, Yvonne?
Hi, I'm Yvonne Cozart, and I'm glad to be a part of the Kids Voting Durham team.
So she has just been fantastic. In 2020, we have a lot of new exciting things. We're definitely not stopping, even though there's a lot else going on in the world, and it's already a big election. But the thing that we're most proud of and that we'll continue to be most proud of during this election is the ways in which we're able to amplify youth voice and youth experience within Durham. And in that regard, we are very fortunate to have 2 of our youth leaders here with us. So I'd like to introduce you to Ned Swansea.
Hi.
Ned is started voting with us when he was very young in elementary school and has worked his way up to be one of the top kids voting leaders. He's moderated at several forums. He's worked on candidate guides and provided leadership in countless contexts. Ned is graduating this year and will be attending college in the fall. And we are very happy that he's made kids voting part of his high school experience, which has involved many, many leadership activities in the community. We also have Shirley Garrett. Shirley's been a youth leader with us since high school and has stayed on even through her college career. And we are very happy to have had her participation as part of her portfolio of wonderful leadership activities she's done in Durham. Shirley is also graduating this year from High Point University and is going on to law school and to some community work here in Durham. Shirley, can you say hi?
Hello, everyone.
So I want us to get to the video very quickly, which really does let us hear from Shirley and Ned, and you can hear more from them in the Q&A. But first, I just want to take a moment to recognize that Shirley and Ned did not get to have a typical graduation year, and their many, many accomplishments, including those with kids voting, did not get to be celebrated in the usual and public ways. So can we all just take one moment, whether or not our microphones are on, and just give a big yay, Shirley and Ned.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Thank you so much.
And so from there, let's go and hear their voices and the voices of our 4-H youth in our video. Which Krista's going to play. Yes.
Ashley, we're not hearing your sound.
I'm not either.
Forum, and I had the opportunity to give the opening remarks about Kids Voting Durham and actually have a face-to-face conversation with the people that were in charge of major decisions in my life. And it was really empowering to know that these people actually cared about my opinions, especially considering I was not of voting age at the time. And so that really helped me trust in the fact that my voice mattered, and when I became of voting age, that my vote would matter.
Hi, my name is Akira Gila. I'm part of Kids Being Kids 4-H program, and I value 4-H because it teaches you leadership skills, social skills, and it helps you build lifelong connections.
Hi, my name is Navaya Gila, and I'm part of 4-H. The value of 4-H to me is it teaches me leadership skills, the importance of community and community service.
One of the most memorable experiences I've had with Kids Voting Durham was at one of our candidate forums. And one girl asked one of the candidates a question about the bus system in Durham and about its safety. And the candidate gave a sort of canned answer about it. And this girl, who must have been about 12 or 13 at the time, asked a follow-up question that really pressed the candidate give a real answer about that issue. And to me, that's what kids voting is really about. It's about the candidates and other local politicians actually listening to kids, listening to their opinions and their experiences.
Working with Kids Voting Durham is really what helped me understand that my voice actually mattered, and it gave me concrete evidence that our local leaders care about what we want to see happen in our community and care about the ways that we want to bring about change in our communities.
My favorite memory in 4-H is 4-H Congress, and the most recent one was Teen Retreat.
My favorite memory of 4-H is going to 4-H Congress, and then the most recent event at the Cooperative Extension building was movie night. And with my own 4-H group, when we went around the community and picked up trash. I think other kids should join 4-H because they get to meet other people in 4-H. You get to do fun activities and get to be around people in the same program.
I think other kids should join 4-H because it's fun. You get to participate in a lot of activities, and you get to meet new people your age.
You should get involved in Kids Voting Durham because it opens up this whole world of local politics that's often ignored by many people in the news who really just pay attention to national level. But as I've been involved over the years And as you can too, you'll realize just how much of an impact politics at the local level has on you and your family and your community.
All right, so at this point, we're probably going to open things up for questions. I want to take a chance to just introduce Akira and Navaya real quick. So if you guys don't mind muting and introducing yourselves, I didn't give you a chance to do that before.
Good morning. My name is Akira Gila, and I'm a part of 4-H. Good morning. My name is Navaya Gila, and I'm part of 4-H.
And kids voting. Well.
And kids voting.
So at this point, we would invite you guys to share experiences or ask questions about 4-H or KVD through either raising your hand or the participant feature, engaging in the chat and asking us questions, or posting some things in Q&A. And then our moderators will go ahead and pull those questions out to share.
So we have a lot of questions prepped up. The first one is a question that was in Spanish, so I'm going to ask it. So how can you be a volunteer with your programs right now with social distancing in action?
Good. Carolyn, I think you're muted, but was that, were you offering to let me go first?
I muted during the video, so thank you. I'll speak for kids voting. So kids voting is still having a number of different virtual volunteer opportunities as our work continues on full force, getting ready for the 2020 elections. So we have many youth volunteer opportunities over the summer, helping to write the candidate guide, helping to do some of our youth voice activities, and also just having to do some of the basic prep for elections, some data entry, some office work, some work on our website, social media. And many of those opportunities are also open to adults. And then coming closer to the election, we'll have some family engagement opportunities where you can volunteer as a family to engage others in your community, to help with education and to help with outreach to get both every young person and their parents out and voting in this election. And there will be information on the final slide. And also you can go to our website, kidsvotingdurham.org/volunteer. It hasn't been updated in a little bit, but it will be updated shortly with new volunteer opportunities. And you can always email me at ckrueger, KREUGER, @dconc.gov or info@kidsvotingdurham.org. And I will give you any volunteer opportunities that we have and talk to you about them. Shirley and Jack, you've both volunteered with Kids Voting Durham. What can you just describe a little bit more some of the volunteer work that you've done with us as youth? Because there's similar opportunities this year.
I was going to say, go ahead, Ned.
So over the years, I have helped write the candidates guide. I've been a moderator at our candidates forums, and I helped to distribute ballots and ballot boxes to local schools and other locations.
And I began, similar to Ned, working on creating the candidate guides, and I've done that for multiple years. And I also attended Kids Voting Rally to the Poll events and spoke about the importance of local voting. I've voted with Kids Voting Durham. I've also, last summer, I was the lead intern, and as Carolyn mentioned, Kids Voting Durham took a really important role in creating curriculum on the importance of local voting and a variety of different topics for DPS. And so I was involved in that, as well as I'm also on the board, and so I help with different things that we're working on developing.
So those are all opportunities that we will have in some virtual way continuing through this summer and into 2020. And volunteers, honestly, we have a part-time staff. And so volunteers are, particularly youth volunteers, are the heart of and the energy of what we do. Thank you for asking that question.
One of the most useful ways we can use adult volunteers is through 4-H clubs. So we have several clubs in Durham County. We have a joint club with Orange County that's an agriculture club and livestock club. We have Kids Being Kids. We have a cooking club in North Durham. And another club that is stationed in a church. What parent volunteers can do is they can help to sponsor and lead those clubs. So that's one way they can continue to help. There's still clubs meeting virtually and doing activities. One of the things that a lot of families are struggling with during this time is finding ways to keep their kids engaged and active and socializing. So we have tons of curriculum that's available through 4-H. There's a bunch of online free curriculum for summer activities that I have posted on our Durham Cooperative Extension website. If a parent wanted to help and they had a kid, then they could gather a group of kids, do some of these activities online, and help them along in those activities. And likewise, they can work with existing clubs to contribute as well, like Kids Being Kids. Akira and Navai, I know that in the video you mentioned like picking up trash in your community. You talked about it a little bit more in our other interview. If you don't mind, can you talk a little bit about some of the community service-based work that you guys have done through Kids Being Kids?
Yes. So with our 4-H club, Kids Being Kids, a lot of community work we do is like in our neighborhood. Usually we try to hand out packages to the neighbors. We go around and just kind of like recruiting new members. We meet the neighbors. We make little gift bags. Yeah, like gift bags, and we like hand them out. And we're like, "Hi, we're from Kids Being Kids 4-H club. We just want to meet you and say this is what we do with our club." And it's a really good way to get out. You split off into different groups, and it's also a really good way to meet everyone in your community.
Awesome, thank you. So we have the opportunity for you to create new virtual clubs and help lead them as parent volunteers or adult volunteers. And then you can also help contribute with some of these clubs that already exist. And likewise, as a youth, you can still get involved in the clubs that exist right now, or finding a parent or an adult who would be willing to sponsor a similar club. Or participating in teen councils, another thing that we have as well. That's an opportunity for youth to really get engaged in 4-H in Durham. So yeah, those are the opportunities that we have available at the moment.
We have a question that came in on the chat. What are some of the incentives to participating in 4-H?
So in addition to having a bunch of various programs and retreats that you can go to, there is a lot of scholarships as well through 4-H that you can apply for. These are things that are actually, there's not a ton of competition for them. Not as many people know about 4-H, particularly in this part of the state or this part of the country. And so there's a lot of scholarships that are available for youth who have been involved in 4-H for multiple years. We just recently got we have a family that has participated in 4-H in Durham for a while, and they've I think 4 or 5 kids that have participated in 4-H, and their son is now graduating high school, and we were able to get a scholarship for him that had not been used in several years. So there are monetary rewards for that, but there's also lots of opportunities to go to these retreats, meet other kids their age around the state. There are tons of state programs, tons of national programs that they can attend to continue to develop their skills as a person and develop those abilities to become a leader in their community.
Thanks, Mac. I have another question for Kids Voting Durham here. So are there ways that preschool age children and their parents are engaged in Kids Voting Durham? How can we help begin this conversation about voter engagement early on?
So yes, absolutely there are ways that kids can vote. The only limitation to whether or not you can vote with kids voting is you can't be over 18. But anybody under 18 is able to participate. And we know that there are some real benefits for very young children to start early and to get that sense of the importance of voting within their families, to see their parents vote, to get into the habit of voting themselves, and to see it as an exciting thing. So we have a lot of activities on our website that are specifically designed for younger elementary and preschool children. Some of the ones that come off the top of my head are you can throw a voting party with your young child. You can play local government I Spy with your young child about where the local government is making impact in our lives. And you can find a lot of those activities and a lot of the information about how to vote with your child and how to talk about voting with your young child on our website in our parents section. So again, the website is kidsvotingdurham.org. But research shows again and again that the biggest indicator of whether a child will grow up to be an active citizen and an informed voter is not education level, it's not income level, it's not race or gender. It is whether or not your parents were engaged themselves in the process of voting and shared the importance of that with you from the time that you were very young. So I'm glad that you were thinking about doing that and making that one of your parenting priorities.
All right, and I think Yvonne has one final comment before we close.
Yes, I would like to add to Mac's 4-H information, and he might not be aware that the ECA state of Durham awarded a 4-H student in the Orange County district, the Foster district, and a scholarship that this week Miss Faye let me know that yesterday.
Oh, wonderful.
You do receive scholarships on the state level. Her name was Olivia Champion.
Awesome. Thank you, Yvonne.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Yvonne. And so I have also pasted a nice comment in the comments section that we got from one of our participants, but I think it's time for you all to close.
So there are a number of ways for you all to be involved right now with both 4-H and Kids Voting Durham, and we really do hope that you will join us. So there's a number of the ways you saw in the video and up on the screen here, but with Kids Voting, you can sign up for Countdown to Election 2020 activities for families, which will be divided into different age level activities from preschool all the way through high school. If you email info@kidsvotingdurham.org and indicate that you want to be on our family listserv, you will get that 8-week series that will start in August and take you through the November elections, so that every week you have something to do with your children around elections and be elections as a family. As we said, you can volunteer with Kids Voting Durham. Again, our youth create the best candidate guide in all of Durham, and you should all read it because it really is the best one. But youth and adults, not with content, but in other ways, can help participate in creating that and other election resources. And you can either email again or kidsvotingdurham.org volunteer. And then I know Mac has a couple great 4-H opportunities too.
Yeah, we recently updated our website with a lot more information for 4-H. So on the Durham Cooperative Exchange website, you can find more information about how to become a volunteer, how to sign up for 4-H online, upcoming programs and opportunities, the online resources that we're currently offering for free all through the summer, and then our remaining virtual summer camps that we'll be doing within Durham itself coming up soon. So that's a great place to go to find out more information about how you can get involved in 4-H, what some more of those specific incentives are, and what new programs are coming up.
And you can always contact us at Mac or I. Our office numbers are on here. If anybody's on the phone, Mac can be at 560-8295. You can reach me at 560-7321. or you can email us at gmhulber@ncsu.edu or info@kidsvotingdurham.org. And I want to thank you all for being here. And Crystal will close us out, but I especially want to thank our youth panelists who've just been wonderful and did such a great job in that video.
Thank you so much. This was such a great presentation. Just want to remind everyone that we'll be back at it again tomorrow, same time, same place, hearing from our families, our family programs. And tomorrow's a special day because we have a 10 a.m. session in English focused on our family programs, and then an 11 a.m. session in Spanish, also focused on our family programs. So we hope we will see you here tomorrow, or if not, Thursday or Friday for more information about our 2020 report to the community. Thanks.